Okay, so today we're doing the Angel Eyes CCFL kit. For now, take this out. Okay, so it's kind of tricky, but shine a light, you'll see all the way down. There'll be a basket with a screw in the center, and that's going to hold the corner light. Well, it's going to hold the tab on the corner light, which always breaks off for a lot of people. So be careful. Just loosen it. It stays loose. And it should come out with a little. You loosen the Phillips piece. This window, there's a slider right there. The light, there you go. It's like a little tab. You're gonna pull it this way. You're gonna pull it to the inside of the kidney grills. This is the common tab that breaks, that fork. And this basket. So this is just to guide you as you're on the way in. You hit the Phillips head and it clamps down. With these chrome vanadium mystery torques, you want to finagle the best you can. And then we're gonna try, see if she will come out. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. All right, so these guides are gonna stay. Keep them tight with the 10 mil up here. But okay, so now we're gonna do the one harness. You wanna undo the harness while the unit is still in, just because you don't want to be pulling on these wires. These are notorious to crumble. All this insulation on these wires are crumblers. So you don't want to jerk them around and move them around. You want to keep as little movement as possible. So connector looks good. And there's one more connector here. I'm going to try and light it with the yellow. And there's a tab on the bottom side where my finger is. You're going to depress going up and wiggle. And this one should come right out. Gotta be very gentle. There it goes. Everything's crusty and dusty, which is going to hold itself on. Completely unhooked. It's just a little cumbersome. Okay, so now you got the unit out. A lot of times it's good to try and replace this rubber seal. It's factory, it's super brittle. It just stops water from getting into where the actual seal is for the lens. So if you can source this piece in good shape, used or new, do it. I suggest it while it's out because it's the only time you're going to be able to get it done. That way when this comes off, then we can start working on the lens and get the lens done. The lens is going to come off, obviously. which is here. Make sure everything will line up good. Oops, sorry. Okay, so now the bracket can come off. We're gonna leave that there where we can keep track of it. Okay. Now I've never done this angel eye install, so I do have no idea what I'm doing, as you can tell. But now we can start popping off the H clips, which actually I'm gonna need to do these. I forgot. I'm gonna need to do these with a pick. So just excuse me this way. It's gonna be 2 Phillips here and another one here. There's one there. There's another there. This bottom scalloping should just pull off. There's another cap, little plastic cap, covers. Just a little pressure. Down there, there's going to be another Phillips. So you want to get a long Phillips driver. You want to go straight down and undo the lemon slice corner leg. Okay, flip this off. You may have to bend them to adjust them, and they're just going to hook on the back of this. Well, the gasket's doing a great job. Oh, I just touched the inside of the lens like a fool. Oh, boy. Okay, now with this, be very careful. On this bezel there are 3 screws. There's 1 Phillips here. I believe. Actually, no, I was wrong. There's just that one. On the unit itself, the assembly. So right now I'm going to take this over to the bench grinder. I'm going to grind down this little pointy triangle point tab. I'm going to clean this edge up a little bit also. And we're going to see how that looks. Okay guys, so what I've done is, for this, I've ran it down through, and there's a small slot there. That's where I've gone. Now I've just been playing with fitment just to see how everything looks. Now they've given me these tabs of double-sided tape. I think I may actually put a small dab of glue down at the bottom. Okay, we're gonna just use a tiny bit of Gorilla Glue. Holding that, tells you guys. Sticky tape. Okay, so most kits are going to come with sticky tape. And it's, when these line up, it's only a certain few pieces of this radius that are going to match with these rings. And so for mine, the way mine are sitting, it's going to be these two on the bottom, and it's going to be basically this 3/4 section of the bottom that I'm going to be able to use. Some people use glue, do as you please, but for me, I'm just going to go ahead and try it their way. Okay. So we're going to build a few more of these on the way up. Damn it. Try not to touch these like I am. Damn it. Ah! Getting real angry. Now, without peeling the tops, just going to check your fitment, and it looks like I'm going to go ahead and get away with maybe one more piece there and another piece halfway up as well. It's going to go there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but do your best. Oh, we're quickly running out of double-sided tape. That's a problem. Okay, without stressing the bezel too much, just kind of press them on the best you can. Mine are not the best. You can see that, but what I think is going to help is the bezel is going to go over this. So this is all going to go over like such, and it should hide most of that tape fitment that I was disliking. So I would say we may be okay to go ahead and mount this up, but all the wires have been run. I'm going to go ahead and clip this in and see where it goes from there and see how this looks. So clipping this in, it's kind of just a pressure snap. I mean, the whole thing should just pop right on. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to use one clip for now just to hold things, and we're going to mount the light inside, and we're going to try and run power to the system and just make sure that the fitment of the rings is proper as we want. As I assume the white's the trigger for the fade on and off. It's good to I would say clean these up with a wire brush. These little trolleys, the guides, and I greased them last time, and it's probably not going to hurt to do so again. So I'm probably going to just wipe some quick brake grease inside these channels, and hopefully that'll smoothen things out for us. Okay, so some people may be laughing at me right now, but I'm greasing these. So a small bit of caliper grease. Must be dinner time. Okay. Okay. Alright, so everything's fit. Okay, these holes here, they're all lined up. The edge of the trolley hits this edge here, the stopper. And when they're hitting there and they're sitting in the channels proper, then you can go ahead and take your 10mm and just snug them. Not too crazy. Here's the stock connectors, these two. We're going to go ahead and plug these in now at this point, just so that we don't lose them again. Here's the other. Okay. Okay, with this in. There's the connector. You're gonna do the small bottom one first. Pressure clip faces at 6 o'clock straight down. Yep. Okay, that's in proper. Now this is a, I don't know, I call it a trolley connector, but you want to make sure the slots are open. And you want to line it up. These can be tricky sometimes. Okay, and now once it's in its slots, you're going to push the carriage down, and that locks it in. It's kind of a funky thing that only the Bavarians seem to use. Alright, so this beautiful clean mess. I believe this white is the trigger wire for the fade on and off, which what you'll do if you want that is you're going to want to hook this to the like a dome light switch inside, or whichever is the fuse for the dome light, for the fade on and off on the interior lights when you unlock and lock the car. I don't really care for that. I'm not going to go and wire that up right now, maybe another time, but for now they are working. So we're going to go ahead and start taking apart the Bank 1 headlight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut the top off this one, and I'm just going to go with a pair of dikes and just snip the bar off the top. Okay. Now we're going to peel these. Excellent camera work. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and stick these, but you want to make sure it's straight. Don't hack it like I did. One more of these bastard lights to go. And for this one, cat hair on my lip. For this one, we're going to go through the side, like we discussed before. And right through there we go. So if you see, there's a small slot there, and it's going to go right through there, and you're going to So with the bezel, just gonna pop it in. So now what we're going to do is the lens. Real quick, we're just going to wipe the inside down real quick. And now you can go ahead and start clipping some of these back on to hold things. Start on the glass side. What you could do for this, like you could easily cut a hole in here and I could probably run it through there, but I really don't want moisture getting in there, and I think this may actually be a better way to seal it anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like that. Same thing with this one, I'm just gonna run it through same way. What the hell's going on here? So this way, and they're gonna need to go that way. All right, cool. So the feet in, boom. Clicky. That's it. Put the eyebrow back on, eyelashes, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I could probably use a new one. What do you guys think? Okay. Alrighty. You can see still some grease in there from last time. Nice! It's gonna go smoothly now. Okay, so before I go ahead and jam the prick back in, I'm gonna reconnect the smaller of the two factory connectors. There's one here. The tab is on the bottom, 6 o'clock. Keep it as such. It's notched, you can't really screw it up. Thank God they make it kind of idiot proof for the most part. And yet here we are 4 hours later. That's that. So, do you see this pinwheel barrel, whatever you want to call it? The tabs have got to go underneath it, and then when you spin it down, it clamps it down. The other thing is, don't miss this slot. This slot is for this tab. These two tabs here, and they go right into these slots. Keeps everybody lined up. Very good, awesome. Now we're ready to wrap this thing up and go home. Phillips head screwdriver. We're gonna go down and we're gonna spin that barrel, and it's gonna lock down onto the tab, the fork tab. These are tricky to find. There you go. You almost want to kick the screwdriver that way a little, and that seems to be the best way to grab it. I'm going to take the scalloping and it just... did I forget? You know what? As good as it's gonna get. The car's 30 years old. Now with this mess, this is a mess. It's a friggin' mess. We're gonna address this next time. But for now, we're gonna leave things in chaos. Look at that wiring job. That is clean. Absolutely clean. That kid's a craftsman. You guys have been great. I want to thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe if you want to see more hacked up wiring jobs. And looking good to me.